Anumre mayemu ajo efa umra ITV so ene ye de twato kra e October busuni emu eniti abusia nsem edi hwe na editi anumre ni wasamufo de asomame a mede besom wakase kwaso e wo ITV so na kase boy mu ensem bi betodwa wo mu enie eyade ene wudu wani atwemu e wo eye FD wo mu akache o mu de betodwa se e da de senya a ye yuso no e kamia ye se yekoso ayuso a ahwe ye a edi susu bon papa ene ba bedua nipadua no eso enintini nipa bie ahye ne se wo mo hwe na wo mo mba ne dade se eyusuo wo man emu ebusia ye do ba kwa kopie mu wo Kwapon Nursing and Midwifery College eja atoho emene asuafo ho wono mo eni atutu aka wono mo ensemu sansoso na Nobisco eye sukuu no ye san beza wo ho aduane e de akose ye fa wankoda ye ndi no enu na wo hwia wo bi nim se wo die se wo ton nei na rapa adedi akase boy mu yade ebebo wo na afe yakopie mu ewo enigidi emu ensemu ajia bintu na sent was shede hu social media san wa fafu nyame adom wasonya somdwemu a wawo oba abaya kama pa aye kase boy mu yade eba bebo wo na afe Ghana Statistical Service won so edin kuntebo bi ade aba efa akwanto hu ensensem won wo twese ase Ghana de hye onye mfinhye dwonu enum ko aduanan so no wo mututu akwan pa eboa ema kwansra no ekoye ewo man emu ebetweso na yakọ enkrofo amaso wo sa ehumdindin a etuye ewa man bisu no Haiti ensusu no ebituye nipa duasa na hwe wonum enkwa beburadunu enso na wonum epransam wei afoforo bi eka ho na enumre mu somfo that hima afia akonua ede yesomo.
The heat is everywhere. We are all tired and drained. Our faces are weary. The day feels endless, and life feels heavy. Then it happens. In a world that never stops, discover the refreshment that wakes you up. One sip and everything changes. Wake up with pure hydration. This is Aquawilla. Great taste, truly satisfying.
Kasie bono emu nchiremu enie eyadia enedan ya wudwani atwiremu ewo Kwapon Nursing and Midwifery College ya eno no ewo ahafo region no emu a eja ato eye wono mo dormitory a wo ho mechebe bia asuafo yi eda eno anam so emenei wono mani atutu aka wo mu ensem.
Enkrata a free Kukum Fire Station Regional Public Relation Office Abeto Ejano HSA wonya call ebra na abo anopa 7:12 ena wonum enam na mikantente so kopie mu ewo school honom na bra wokodru honom no wobo won ho modin bia se obetumi edum eja no naso na wo ehu benya se ye guaso municipal fire station beba beka won ho se beye na obetumi edum eja no entem wo se bra ebo anopa 8:45 na eja no gusua edale na ebra guaso municipal fire station for beka won ho no wonum tumi ebo ho modin edum eja no na abo anopa 10:26 na enhwehwemu kakra wonom aye ababeto edwese eja no efiti ase ewo edan ba kumu ana eno no ewo first floor na numu ena etratre ya ema eso eye adan makomako ensiemu enam so ema sa awehosebi etumi esiye eja no ahye enwoma pa oye roof na ewo honum eja no ahye ceiling ahye furniture ahye books ahodro enafe empa ahodro ewo dormitory honi na no eja no ahye ni na afe so eye enwoma ahodro ekọ ye esuafo no enwoma ahodro eno no eye personal belongings so ye ka say ahye dwurebe akwakoye awehosempa eyi na ejumjekuo no wonum ede atudwa watche se ebra eja no fiti ase no na fire extinguishers mienu ena ewo dormitory ho na so eja nti mienu ni na eseye na de ema no eye enigesem kakra ene se wobia ehu anka ne mom ejapade de sukufo no ahwedi bipa eye edumjekuo no ede ababetu dwese wonum gusua eye hwehwemu ahwe de nam so ema eja no etumi ebaye na de befi echi bebia no wonum de bebabetu abonte maganafo ehu
abusuya dadi lumba ekamya yese ni wetwe de nsensem a eboboba no ade achi ade asa semfoforo na eba ene de abobom ene se wonu ankasa enuaba etwese December 6 a wonu mayese ni nuaba ma no wonu be na eyi akopa ne korabre no wonu de wagitumu a enye so wobepene ama yie no abaso a age wahu de nam so a ede ni nuai ekopie mu ewo asamado enuti no wo hia ni papa ade afi empenfo ansa eyi no wamakwan mayiyo no abaso
ya ofa no bet odi ani yankasa chance yahu abusia no ebi abaso amutwitwi ense mini ya chance wonye nipa enti me se otufo kan tampese e kan tampese se me wofa no do mo se ka chance funu no na ma me ya nhwehwe wuo no mu yiya cosma culture adikure ku chance etase ewu se ya hu a me ka wato otumfo ntam
ise kota che se season no so ombe ya yiye no 6 December
yi ni ba na maka no enti won ko yi no nya
afeye nkopie mu ewo Food and Drugs Authority wo mo akachi ne ne omo de abeto dwa twese that the same efi na nam aban so eno ne abeto si eno amuaduane ansa afoforo bi ebebe ka ho a na ne ya di ye twese wo mo hwehwe mu abede adi se that the same aye no amuaduane no ehu pa esanse de wo mo ade ye no eyade a se koni padua no emu a edi nsunsuanso bone ene bedua ni padua no eso enu ti nei wo no gbokokọ say that the sense beye ma enkofa cancer tichu emfa medua ni padua so abra wanu aduane wo mu ade enti no enche wonu de wo hye ebeto so a chese wo pe bane that the same ewo man ewu
Wo enhwehwemu a ababeto dwei Eastern Regional Manager wada Food and Drugs Authority ano eye Madam Anita Owusukufo wono na wode abeto dwa wo bo Ghana fo ina kokose yenhwe se da design awodro ewo emonten so na yeto ede no nduane ene adeade ni na no yebehwe se yebegyan ni na esanse ede ade ahodro bebre na ena ebre ni pedua no wode nsemi etu dwa wo bre ene ya stakeholder engagement ekoso ewo so menya ena Madam Owusukufo echwechwemu a wotwe se FDA wonom hwehwemu bi a wonom aye na aba beto dwa se manufacturing companies ahodo wonom eye dadesen edeba monte no bebre na enam kwan pa so wose dadesen no dadie na wonom ediye no aye na mpem bebre no edin eno ti wo benya se wode enwoma bi be frefre enwoma bi te se lead ebe fra se beye na ebeye mre se beye na wonom betumi afa so na wemodi na wode afa mfidie mu letumi aba beye dadesen na no na watch se sa lead a wode efra na wotumi edimodi dadesen no bebre na eye yawe eno ti wo kire Ghana fo ina se dadesen egu monten na Ghana fo eto na yedidi dwuma ewo yemfiefie no enei ababeto dwa se bebre na eye yade bi etese cancer, kidney failure and afe yade ahodo bi ekeka ho enu nti FDA nhwehwemu a wonom ayede ababetu edwa no ekyerese enei dadesen ewo montin na no mpendifo enhwese wobebane dadesen na sebeye na ebi emba montin ebiem na enumu enna ensembisa ekoma ne se ebeye na Ghana de hye behu se wei eye lead de na wei eye papa enu na wochese enu no de ebeye din pa se ubetumi identify se de mekoto no lead fra anase ebi emfra nemom de bema wankasa wapomuden ho nsam egina ne nan so ene se wonto dadesen no ebiem nemom wodi wani petre bibi foforo eno so ubetumi edidwuma ewo fie na wodi ano awadua na ene na beboa ama pomuden ho nsam etumi egina ne nan so ne kwakra mu ena madam owusukufo edi tujwa a watchese enei wobesrese wonma eye dadesen no wobedwen Ghana fo pomuden ho na wode enwoma papa aye dadesen no se beye na eba monten a yebetumi edi dwuma na ye ho enkonkoba asem wose science and technology so anka fam fidie mu na afei abodie mu nyansepe ehonyoma mu a ebeboa ama lead ye de fra eye metal ye de eye dadesen no yebetumi eyini na edi efri edwama so
we yansamo FDA for edi ababetu dwafa dadesen ya yenuamu hu no ebusuan yakopia mu wo mentifidwai na beza wono na eda Northern School of Business Senior High School ano Era Fidelia sanduane aban dia akose yenuama schoolfo ndi na wono de wo twene nkakra wo wia se wo koton se wo kodie se wo de koya adoye se posi ache no kwakoyi na no afasa yo ehu
wo enhwehwemu a ababeto edwa no ekyerese esuafo a wo school honom na wo yi mpanifo asotwe se anadwo bi a aya wo hu se minibus bi ebefa nwane a ewo school honom de ko na so wonim beebi pote a aya na aka no eko eno na mpanifo edi wonum eni edi ekiri a ema wonsa eso Alhassan Sulemana a wo ye shenkeni na afi Osman Asma endrada epechi bra na wodi minibus befa eburo boto makomako enkron a na wode eko na wopinchen wonoma wobisa no na kyese nya no ebaye ina ne se beza wo school ho na ma wonom akwanya se won befa eburo boto no enfa mbre no wokoduru beza ne fie no na kyese wedwane ede afiri ho no ma ancha kura wonya ne ntiye se wono akasa ede ne ho akwakoma aposifo na empenifo ede abetu dwa se bra wokoduru beza ne fie no na enye eburo boto no nko a nemum enwia na hodro eye school no edia na beze asesa edia kogu ni fie na headmaster ede masuku yi Alhassan Dogorugu ede tujo sa bra asem no esiye no na wono woni honom na so ebra wa beyi wobehwe ama beza no eye ehwehwemu bi a esafata na fenso asotwe bi a esafata no wode ama no ebeye nsanda ho ede ama afoforo
Jatwa Kasie bono eso na Vice President Professor na opoko agiman so dia to dwasan umesu ya de da abaya komasi papa enu ti no aban behwe ema 50 million Ghana cedis wo de ahye National Research Fund no emu we beboa a support policies bia na se hye bia wonu beye e de afa enwumesua ehu na sa sikai en wo behwe e de disa adwuma no.
Across our continent, governments continue to grapple with learning poverty through problems like basic literacy skills, despite improvements in school enrollment. So the enrollments have not necessarily matched to outcomes. Learning poverty undermines our development goals. We must prepare our education systems to cope with rapid technological change and societal transformation. But we need to go beyond coping. We must also create, we must contribute to that technology. Recognizing the power of research, our government has established the National Research Fund with a seed capital of 50 million Ghana cedis from the GET Fund to support research institutions and evidence-driven educational policies. Despite these achievements, financing remains a challenge. Ghana, like many of her peers on the continent, must work very hard to keep pace with rising educational demands, especially in TVET, STEM, and EdTech.
Abusia ma yefa wonko echi kakra enko gyahyehyɛ ho ensemi emu upiemu ewo asantemantamu a eye Kumasi Metro kwantwerɛfoɔ coordinator woda atoyenkyemboafo ko no ano wowura Godwin de la Laho de adesrɛdeɛ pa de kwama enwumawura nom sɛ wɔnfo obi adwuma a wɔn nkyerɛ nipa no kwane a yefa so use fire extinguisher sɛ de bɛyɛ na obi nkasa atoyenkyem na sɛ egya ento sɛ adwuma no emu sesia obetimi ede no asoso ano a kwapembra beto nsa ede afa wodumgya adwumako no ma won matimi abeso an wo se ban sa ebeboa.
And this structure we have visited here before. My officers in Chiaeso, they have visited this structure. They've advised them. I think that was last month. We come in, assess your situation, advise you on some of the things to do. If we even see that you have already done something that we think you should do to enhance whatever that you are putting in place. And it's true, they have their fire certification and so forth. So these are some of the things. But we also advise people that though they have fire extinguishers, but sometimes you need to be refreshing your people around the extinguisher. When you train them for once and you think, oh, they know how to use it, and you don't refresh them, you are making a big mistake. Even the fire service who's supposed to be training you, they normally have refresher programs, because if you don't do that, you might not remember how to use it when the incident occurs. So we normally advise that people should be having that training periodically at least, so that people will always be fresh about how to use the fire extinguisher. Only casualty was someone who was closer to the incident scene, and that person got a slight injury because of the rush at that time. And so far, not that to the extent that you say someone is dead or have had a casualty to the extent that the person cannot lift or walk. Not to that extent. I expect you to be talking to us most of the time rather than waiting for disaster period before you ask us questions. And it always makes people think that we always wait for disaster to occur before we come out. But there are a lot that we are doing that most of the time you people are not helping us with the publications. We appeal to you that help us to do that education. Interview us when there is no disaster so that you know what is happening and what we are doing. Then we also take advantage to talk to the public more often rather than waiting for disaster period. And because sometimes when disaster happen and we are asking questions, people even relate the issue to only that period that has happened, and NADMO is only coming out because of that day or period. But that have never been. You can go to places. As I'm speaking to you now, today, NADMO was supposed to go to some markets. Tuesday, NADMO is supposed to go to some market. And these are programs that are ongoing. Even this week, NADMO have been to Kwadaso and some other markets.
Afeyentimra si amanyosem emu na Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia eka nipa ni ma wonu matwe wonti epre se wo betu franka de ama NPP amanyoko no ne ne wakasa wo sisi wono e delegate ni mo ahwehwemu nya ne mugide to aba no ma no wo ba se obetu franka ama party na empose nkunimde be ne dia ma no be ye Ghana mampani a wo behwe se budget ya afie bia wonom atwade to ande ekodi budget ekodi budget ya wom twetwa budget edema constituency ene pesua ahodo eso district ka hono wo behwe se obia ebenya pepepe na etimi aboa ne site no wose leadership de wonom nya budget basa bia mekonwie chi na sika no ekonwie gu afoforo ebotom
na ade a meso me pese me ye no me pese me sisa Ghana ye budget system no ye budget say sia ye ndwin constituencies no ho ye te akra na ye budget me pese me sisa Ghana budget system no said ye before mo be ye budget ye say omo ba constituencies ni nyina omo nan so abisa asema ehia constituencies no eno na ye be call into the budget. Into me besisa Ghana budgeting system from 2029 budget we are moving to a constituency based budget system in Ghana. Constituency based budget system. And into ye be decentralized budgeting. Into projects eba ye be chiche ama constituencies no. Na mo ye projects no ye ntam project kese enkomma nipa baako anasa nipa mienu ye be chiche street lights na ye be ya $1.4 billion ye di every constituency benya na ade $5 million na mo so motimi aye sa contracts no ama edi ejuma aba enti saa de no ebe buaye nyina constituency based budget system no mo so benya no ho mfaso kokrudum
wamanya semwano eyade a openi bi akane na wonunyamfo Kennedy wo hina kompra kwa Japan wo ne camp enya sam keto akra na wo se sabra na no wo Kennedy camp no wo ke kan sama hodo no a erefa Dr. Bawumia eho a sansem ni na ne wo no ase eyentro enya nokre enti se woni ho pa wo sre se Dr. Bawumia erebeche no na we aye deputy constituency secretary a wo Esunafo South edema eye MPP amanyoko no kane no na ye campaign secretary edema Kennedy Japan se de wa Paulo wa kodi Dr. Bawumia chi eno ene wode a chawpe mu odene ede koma Dr. Bawumia se kane sem bia wo kafa ne ho no wo fa nche sanse ni na ye ntro
asema meka nyina ne se empepe a me no ka sai me na me ye constituency campaign secretary Emma Era Kennedy Japan ene mejai because the Bible says you may see the truth and the truth shall set you free. Matese will say some of mukafa about me ahu chire me nyina no na ye ntro sem kwa anu ti ende de gina ha be confess actually the whole constituency machidifo amaba mo na so in various polling stations upon say ye medi free adwuma mu yi mu ina bet matter to say me the first constituency officer ya to abawe me visit mo say me ba be chia ma hwehwe na mu zitie me ba me ye campaign fa mu asoma me ka kire mu ina no enne mate sama no
October busumi ampanfo yesi ho bo kokrameto no fom hu dawro ni site no afutu akọ ade amamma se wo ani na papa efa eye breast cancer yi ehu abra no ban esese wonom nan nye ntientia ewa ayasabia ekọ check saso nufo no bibia epepepe anase kokram ebi eya atwenti ebansa ebeboa ema no ankasa Councillor Justina Akofo a wo ye Precious Wellness Center wono ene ye panipa woda no ene de safutu yi ede akwa mama
Into breast cancer month, said you'll be animal. Yes, we are far to your say, breast examination. And before the donor needs a memo in breast cancer. So it's also an opportunity for us to educate the people. So basically, that's what we are doing. But the Amaya Diano, strong, say, the full body check. Yeah, share lymphedema, yeah, share kidney, yeah, share liver, yeah, share lungs, anything pertaining inside. Yeah, yes, our screening, including the breast cancer. Cancer, your lifestyle count. Like I say, some time ago, you have a discussion, and I make us say, cancer no, it's not that it's far fetched. Weight, imbalanced diet, genetics, lifestyle, it is a couple of things that contribute. Before somebody gets cancer, it doesn't just come. It takes years. Probably to say cervical cancer, it takes like 10 to 15 years before somebody will diagnose to say this is cervical cancer. Our main thing is the prevention. Why sit wait like 8 years and not 10 years and sana? Yeah, because mommy in your cancer, papa in your cancer. Meanwhile, just a simple checkup would have helped you to handle it clearly.
Chief Executive Officer with the Precious Wellness Center ano Mr. Stephen Akwesi Opuni edi afutuo koma emema se breast cancer awareness no wono ma weni enko ho esan say cancer no enya manko a na eye onom na ebetumi so aye bema
now so yaka say cancer yare na aya enipa bebre hu ne say eye manko na wo breast cancer na mechire mu ameka say cancer no etimi eka obia nipa bebre kura metimi aka say attack nipa bebre ne mom say nipa bia no wa ahoden a immune system no ahoden a etimi clear no na entimi anyina ana say anyini ama amaye how entiye nguru kura na oma cancer no betimi stay on body no ba bia cancer no betena no ana say cells no ebebo am ho ano a omo say more cells no na eho ahona na say be yes tumor na bieta na eguro no ene ebe friend say a breast cancer, a liver cancer, a lung cancer, colon cancer, but cancer be a prostate cancer. So, by my say, I am again say a man can breast cancer. We have researcher, Ghana Hana, every year heard a nipa a quenim our cancer. No, we heard about more cancer cases change because or more air exposed to chemicals and omedian and so GM no dose. But also intervention would save more life. In Tuga, mortality rate now around 30%. But here 46% our Ghana.
Nekokromu ena Madam Alexia Adamson awoye Natlas coordinator ewo Ewutu Senya district. And so edina no etuma watche nsemu say.
Okay, so far, apart from talk show na or ITV, we are here different kinds of screening, and therefore we began yesterday, and there also breast cancer screening, full body checks, and